Hey, welcome to T4 Adventures. So you just got your new UTV or your side-by-side. In my case, I got a 2023 Kawasaki Teryx4s LE model. It's very nice. I really like this machine. When you do invest in one of these machines, your investment is not done there when you buy the machine itself. Unfortunately not. There's a lot more expenses that's going to come along with owning one of these machines. It's just how far you want to take it. But some of the basic things that you're going to need is, when you get out on the trail, if you get a flat, what are you going to do about a flat when you're out in a trail? Most of the time, especially here in Texas where I'm at, we don't have a lot of open roads that we can ride these legally on. There are some, but it's very limited. Unlike Arizona, I think there's a lot of open roads where you can ride these. But anyway, so when you're riding here in Texas, you're going to be in a fenced-in area. You're going to be in an OHV place like that. So your options when you do have a flat, you have more options when you're in a place like that. There's going to be other people out and about. Usually there's somebody there managing the property. But it would be nice if you were able to take care of your own flats. So I'm going to leave a list in the description box of the items that I have for if I get a flat. If I get a hole or puncture in the tire, in the tread area, I have a plugging kit with different size plugs and plugging tools. I keep that on the machine. And then if I get a hole or a tear or a rip in the sidewall, I have patches, rubber patches with the glue, and that should get you back to your truck and trailer. And if you're going to be doing some overlanding in these things, like I said, here in Texas, there's not a whole lot of places to do any overlanding. But if you're planning on doing some overlanding, you really need a really good solid backup. And in my case, I went and bought a rim from Tusk. So I bought this rim from Tusk. I got it online. I think it was through the Amazon store. It is the same size. It's a 14. It's 14 by 7. So my original front tire I put on my rim. So a little backstory to my tires. I upgraded to Sedona Trail Saw 30-inch tires. So I kept all the original tires that came with the machine. And on the Kawasaki Teryx, the back tires are, I believe they were 11 inches wide. The front tires are 9 inches wide. So with this rim, I could put either tire on there. But the back tire will probably not fit on the front one because of the width. It's kind of specific for the front and the back. So I know the front one can fit on the rear, and I know it can fit on the front. So I'll put the original front tire on my spare tire. That way, no matter which front or back, side to side, this is going to fit, no matter what. Now then, where to mount the spare. So in my research with the Kawasaki Teryx, I've come up with 3 good solid options. Some have benefits to them, and some, there's pros and cons with each solution or each possibility of way of mounting this. So option number 1 is just mounting it to the roof, strapping it to the roof. You could get a cargo basket, or you can just throw it on the roof and just strap it down. I won't be able to get in and out of my garage, but other than that, how secure is that? Probably not real secure if you're on some pretty gnarly trails and you don't want to be losing your equipment and things like that. So actually mounting, there's an option that goes on the back of the bars, where the bars crisscross and come to a union, and there is a mount for that. The only thing is, it kind of blocks your view from the rear. So when I look at my rear view mirror, I'm going to be seeing that spare tire. I really don't want that. Plus, the bottom of the tire is going to be kind of in the way of your trunk area. So, I mean, that's a good solid mounting option, but the cons to that is, this tire being in the way. the spare bin in the way. There's another option, and it's the most expensive option. Of course it is. It goes on the back. It bolts down into the bottom, kind of where the receiver hitch is. The tire mounts to that, and it's pretty solid. And it's out of the way visually, and it doesn't interfere with getting in your trunk space. The only thing is it just adds an extra, 9 to 10 inches to the length of your vehicle, which in most cases will be fine. And I don't think it's going to interfere with, coming up and down trails. I don't think it's going to drag back behind. That's a good solid option, and also you're able to add things to that rack, like a jerry can, your fuel packs, things like that. So that's a good option, but it's $400. So I think that's the option I'm going to go with at some point, but I got to wait till that price comes down. If you have an option, something that I haven't mentioned in these three, a good mounting option, leave a message in the comments. I mean, I'd like to hear, if you've come up with a solution. I could probably fabricate something. I just kind of don't have to take the time and frustration of trying to figure something out. I mean, I know I could if I just put my mind to it. I really don't want to. But anyway, if you have a mounting option, way that you mounted it, something different from what I've shown you or talked about, please let me know. I'd be very interested in that. And I guess I could always just throw it in the trunk area and strap it down too. So until I figure out what I'm going to do when I go on long trips, I'll find some place for it. All right, y'all have a good one.